Hi, friend.
Hi, Danny.
Hey,
How are how,
buddy.
how are we doing?
We're doing okay. We're doing
Mm,
okay. We had a busy weekend of shows, and that does make me happy.
that's good.
In LA right now, it's always a battle out here. You know, we that's where you guys in New York just absolutely beat the bejesus out of us.
Quantity, not quality. That's what we believe in.
Yeah, but we need more quantity also.
Yeah,
It's like we have quality, not quantity. But I'll tell you what, I'd love some more quantity.
yeah,
But
yeah.
we fought. We had a good. We did a lot of shows this weekend,
Nice.
and that'll
June was
always
supposed
make
to be
me
a month
happy.
off.
Yeah, I know that was a fun game you played.
It was. It ended up being. It was supposed to be the month off, and I only ended up getting 2 gigs, but they were both good. And it ended up being because of some other family travel and some logistical travel. I went to where did I go? I went to Ireland and France. That was a vacation. Came home, Cannes specifically. Came home, then did a run from San Diego, Los Angeles, Colorado, Florida, back home, and then went back to Cannes for a completely separate, different thing. Did a private event in Cannes. Wasn't great. I did both my corporates this month were really tough. Uh,
And that's the world of corporates, baby.
that's the world. That's the world. Unless they're listening, then man, I had a good time. Thanks for having me. Um, but not the worst. But like a corporate, and it makes me realize I'm like it's good money, but it would be I would kill myself just doing that. But man,
It's so hard. We were talking about this. I did a talk back with Rachel Bloom last night. I was the moderator for this like fundraiser event for democracy, and
hmm
but I was just like, man, that wasn't really a corporate, but like we were talking about corporates because she had just done one, and she was like, boy. And I was like, yeah, no, they're just that is what they are. They are really tough, and the thing is you get to go to these places, and this is what I say to every corporate is I'm always like, how many shows do you throw a year? How many shows do you do a year? You do this one, and you do your mid year one. Maybe let's say you do 4 shows. Okay, I do one every night, at least one.
that's a good way to put it. Yeah,
So everything you're nervous about couldn't stress me out less. And that's why you hire me. The microphone goes out. What a disaster. Not for me. Are you kidding me? I've had 1,000 microphones go out. Couldn't even fathom how little it would affect me if the microphone goes out. Like nothing really scares me.
yeah,
And that's why you bring me in. But the other thing is it's like, but it is tough. It's just not fun. It's not going to
yeah.
be fun for us. I'm going to leave up frustrated.
It was a marketing event, and it was like it was like Cannes Lion, which is like the Oscars of advertising. It's a big deal. There's money going around like you wouldn't believe, dude. On my flight home, Colin Jost, Seth Meyers, and Dan Soder were all on the plane. And we hit some turbulence in the air, and I thought, man, it would be a bummer to be a guest spot on my own obituary.
Oh, buddy, and I say this with love,
Uh
you're
huh.
not even in the article.
Yeah,
I
I,
don't even know if you're making that article.
it's
I think
true.
you're
Yeah, it's
like
true. Hoda was
Instagram
also
would.
on the flight.
Who else?
Hoda.
Oh yeah, not even close. I mean, listen. To be clear, I'd post about you. I think a lot of comics would post about you. I think a lot of comics would say how great you are. But as far as the actual articles that come out about that crash, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be real tough.
And Soder, that's the worst part too, because Soder would be the underdog. And we're like, oh man, this guy was really on the come up. He was like the
Yeah, it
next
was
great comic. I'm
just
like,
about
I
yeah.
was also on the way up too.
I
I
was
built
really
a good reputation and a decent body of work over the course of many years. Oof.
Yeah, no, you would that's a tough one. Every now and then I'm on a flight like that. A New York to LA, LA to New York tends to be you get at least like one or two like wowzers on the flight.
Yeah, this
I
blew my
told you
mind.
I sat right across from Nelly. This was like a couple of months ago, but that was the biggest thrill. That was a
Cool.
thrill. Yeah.
The Armenian girl from Westworld was on my flight. She's very pretty.
What a
She
show.
was Superman's mom. I forget her name. Maybe it's Sarah something. But I kept staring. I lose my cool around celebrities or actors. I forget they're so much more recognizable than comedians. I'm like, oh, that's that person. I recognize them. I bet I don't get recognized so much that this is annoying. I'm like, it probably is annoying because a lot of people watch TV and movies, and a couple people watch stand-up clips online.
I mean, the world would disagree with you on that, but yes, there's a large contingency of people that say nobody watches TV and film anymore, and I think those people are wrong. For the record,
wrong.
I think they're wrong, and I think that's always going to be wrong. And every time around somebody out here, and they're like, "Our industry is dying," I'm like, "It's not. You guys just aren't making things. There's a difference. There's a difference. There's a difference. It isn't that people aren't watching TV shows; it's that you're not making TV shows. Big difference. Yeah. Widow's Bay broke through the noise immediately and has been an amazing success. It's not that things. Oh my God!
What is it?
I mean, get me on my soapbox about Widow's Bay.
Okay. What is it?
It's a comedy on Apple TV, starring Matthew Rhys and a bunch of other people you'd recognize, but no one with a name. Nobody massive. Nobody who you're like, wow, you got to tune in to see this person. And I hadn't seen a single ad about it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it existed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I heard one person talk about it. Then I heard two people talk about it. Then I heard three people talk about it. Then I heard someone say it's the best show I've seen in years. Then I kept hearing people talk about it, and I went, all right, I'll turn it on with Jess. It is crazy how, I swear to God, it was 5 minutes in. That's how quickly we were like, oh, yeah, what are we doing? It's this good. Of course it's good. What are we doing? It blends horror and comedy in a way I have not seen done in so long. It is so funny. It is Matthew Rhys is turns out the funniest person on planet Earth.
Who's Matthew Rhys?
Did you hear that sentence? It turns out Matthew Rhys is the funniest person on planet Earth. He's from The Americans.
Oh, he's a serious guy.
He's a serious guy.
Okay.
He's a serious guy.
Leslie Nielsen.
He's so funny. Now I'm like concerned. I'm saying the wrong name, but I'm pretty sure it's Matthew Rhys.
He looks like him. He looks like a very Victorian man.
He's so funny. Yes, he's so funny in this, and you're like, what are we doing? How'd this happen? He's so good. It is so good, and it's crazy how, I swear to God, no advertising budget that I saw. Nothing. It's been renewed for season 2. It's clearly a success. It's being talked about. It's going to win an award. It's like, yep, immediately, because it's good. And now we'll have to listen to 100 people tell us how, actually what happened here is what we realized is that horror and comedy together and what we realized is actually Matthew Rhys is he's really bankable as a guy. It's like, no, he's not. He's not bankable. He's been in things that nobody watched. I watched the one where he's a murderer a year ago, where he was phenomenal in, by the way, but I'm the only person who watched that show on Netflix. It's not him. It's that the show was good and you let them make a great show.
People talk about, first of all, we could talk about the reactionary nature of all these kind of like forecasters and how it's very similar to finance, where it's like, yeah, it's easy to explain it afterwards, but you're not going to predict the next one based on that model. The other thing that kills me is people say that like DC is slow, that politics moves slowly. Hollywood took up until the last 3 months to recover from the pandemic. It really was. Yeah,
you could argue it's still not.
It's up on wobbly legs.
It's up, though. It's up. Mm-hmm. I'm happy about it. I love it, but boy, it has been quite the process. But it is so cool that this show broke through. I'm so proud of Widow's Bay. So proud of them.
A lot of good shows now. I'm watching Girls, so I'm very behind. It's very good. It's very, very good.
You read that book and you said I got to watch the show.
Yeah, I'm listening to a lot of celebrity memoirs. I try to read science fiction or good, more enriching books. But with audiobooks, I'm like, if it's not like really easy, I'm probably going to lose focus and quit. So I picked the easiest books I can read. So I've read the Blink-182 Mark Hoppus memoir, Derek Whibley, Sum 41, Paris Hilton, like anything I could just gobble down. And now, I read the...
1 second, please. Daphne! Go on.
I read
and this is my life, by the way. This is what I do.
This is why I don't fuck around with dogs. I like sleep a lot, and they threaten it on both sides.
She's gonna bark again too.
Nope.
Keep going.
I read the autobiography of Gucci Mane, and it's one of the best memoirs I've ever read. It was so inspiring.
Wow.
He is ruthlessly. He's not. So I'm so sick of like the David Goggins, like, you got to wake up and grind. Gucci he's just like, why wouldn't I work the hardest I can to get out of this situation? Why would I do anything less but make everything I can possibly make? So it's not the self-congratulatory type of drive. It's just passion. He's unstoppable. So many cool like little segments of it. Like he did mixtapes, got a studio album that slowed down. Either it didn't do well or it kind of slowed down, and he didn't get another album out of it. So the whole goal was like, do features, stick around, try to get back into the system, the establishment mix. He said, no, I'm just going to go make mixtapes. So like, you don't want to do that. That's going to make you look bad. You're never going to get back up again. He goes, I'm not going to wait for other people to let me make stuff. I'm going to go make stuff. So he dropped mixtapes, got back in the rotation because the mixtapes did well again, and had so many mainstream hits. I think multiple albums that like stayed in the zeitgeist. My favorite story was he gets out of prison. I think it's his second time, and he goes straight to the studio, parties all night, wakes up, starts recording. He says he has 100 verses that he had written in prison and was just ready to go. He has one particular verse that ends in rockstar lifestyle, might don't make it, living life high, every day click wasted. He thinks maybe this could be a chorus. He runs it by his producer. His producer goes, wasted? You mean that term that white people use for getting drunk? He was like, yeah, white people like to use our words. So what if we stole the word from them and flipped it back on them so they could feel like they were taking it from us, and then we might be able to hit with white people in the suburbs. His producer says, this is worth a shot, sends the track to Plies. Plies goes, this is an absolute hit. I'm going to record my verse right now. Puts it out. About 2 weeks out from prison, this song goes out. 2 weeks later, he's in Jacksonville, and the crowd starts chanting wasted because it's gone huge. He couldn't remember how the words went because he hadn't spoken them since he recorded it 2 weeks prior.
That's so cool.
The business strategy of let's take their word and sell it back to them.
Smart.
I
love that. You know a good Danny Cry video online.
Yeah.
You're looking to cry. Is Mumford & Sons doing a concert. I forget the name of the concert, but it's like their first big one. Mm-hmm. It's like the first, they were like part of a festival, but it's when like they hit. And he starts the song and everybody starts singing with him. And he like, I get emotional thinking about it. You just see his face like they know the words.
That's crazy.
And it's like, that's such a cool feeling to be like, oh, they know, like the first time. Because you only get that one time. You only get one first time that the crowd goes, oh, we know these words. Like they know the words now. It's the first time they know them.
And as a comic, that's the worst feeling.
Yeah. And as a comic, it's so funny. It's true. Second, I'm like, I have a couple jokes that have just been in the rotation for a while, and every now and then I'll like see somebody like, and I'm like, fuck, get it out of there, got it.
Seinfeld wouldn't even care.
I know, but he's a god. He's a god. I have a new rule.
Yeah.
New rule. It's a fun. It's a game we play sometimes. New rule for the internet, because I've noticed that people like to criticize things on the internet. Don't know if you've picked up on this trend.
Mm-hmm.
People like to criticize things, and it's really come to me like the biggest one has been this like the Mamdani rent freeze, where it's like, okay, it's a thing he's trying to do, and I've just seen obviously 1,000 people post videos criticizing. But I believe the new rule for the internet has to be you're only allowed to write a criticism. You're only allowed to create a criticism video if at the end you say your solution. It can be terrible. It can be a bad solution. But you have to say something along the lines of, Here's how I would have done it. Because if you're just tearing stuff down, it just becomes a waste of all of our fucking time. It just wastes time. It's like the amount of landlords being like, this rent freeze. And I'm like, what's your solution then? We have an affordability crisis. Fine. Okay. It's not your fault. We get it. It's the system, actually. Great. What is your solution to the problem? And don't say free market. You ruined that because you let private equity in.
Free market. It's like, well, if you're so obsessed with free market, how about you don't let corporations buy off politicians? That's not very.
But that can be your solution. Your solution can be free market. Genuinely, we have to pull the corporations out, or it can be actually corporations are the best solution, and we're going to actually lean into corporations. Here's how we could do that in a way that would. It's like just give me a solution. But just tearing stuff down constantly. It's the same thing they do with health insurance. It's every issue. It just becomes the second an idea is proposed, somebody goes, "You're going to do that with health insurance?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna do that? You morons! You stupid idiots! Guess what happens when you do that? Now it's going to cost you 20 times more. You're never going to be able to do anything. And it's like, well, then what's your solution? I don't know. We have a problem. Help us. Help us solve it. You can't just say no. I think you have to present a solution in order to give a criticism. And I think if not, it should be thrown away.
Yeah. I think about that a lot with like, putting yourself online creatively of people criticize. And it's like, I don't know. There's I draw a line between people who create and people who destroy. It's very easy to be the latter and you can get a lot of attention out of the latter, but create is we need more of that, and it's risky. There's no risk in just tearing down, right? There's a lot of risk in trying to make stuff. I'm certain there's another side to this that we're kind of missing of like, yeah, but you could probably use this same logic for a lot of evil.
What do you mean?
If you say, well, I'm making stuff and you're only destroying stuff, and it's like, yeah, but are you making terrible stuff? Are you making bombs? Like,
totally.
of course you want to tell me to not make bombs. Well, what's your
that's
solution?
why I think
Yeah.
I'll say this. I don't think I'll marry the two for yours, where I think you can criticize art without having to put out art. I do think you need to have your name in some way out there. I think the issue is the amount of criticisms I get from usernames with 20 numbers at the back end.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, it's just a fit. I'm not even convinced you're not a bot. But if you're not a bot, you're definitely disguising who you are. That makes it feel very empty to me. That's the part where I go, I don't even know who I'm arguing with. Versus like
that person wins by default, so there's no point in competing.
Yeah,
there's nothing you can lob at them that they can't use as fuel. So it's like just don't even participate.
Yeah, it's like I've exposed everything about myself. You've exposed nothing. Yeah, you're going to be able to beat me up a little bit. You're right.
Yeah, I'm doing a cage match with your automated droid. What's going to happen? I'm going to get fucked up. That's it.
Yeah. No, I can't fight you. You're right. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Don't even indulge it. And it's also like those people don't make things. We don't know their tastes. We don't know their life. They're just not worth listening to.
But you're allowed to criticize. I think you're allowed to criticize if your username is Peter Patangli.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. You don't like what I do? Fine. I'm not even going to look up who you are. I just want to know you're a human and you're a person. But if you're Peter Patangli commenting under Babyface 21753, it's like, all right.
I don't even care if it's a person criticizing. Why are you criticizing in a comment section? Why are you leaving a comment? Why are you in the comments at all? Why are we reading the comments? There's no point to the comment section.
No,
it's a place for unqualified people to have a voice. You have to earn a voice. I'm sorry. Not everyone deserves a voice. You have to work very hard to have something to say and have people listen. There's a lot of talk is cheap. A lot of people are talking. Everyone's talking all the time. I don't know. I think you have to earn some, you can just be, and people have just learned they could just be mean and loud and they get some attention. Starve them out. All they want is attention. Don't give it to them. I don't play this game. I don't care. If someone who makes stuff wants to come after me, I'm going to take it a lot more personally and maybe even adapt based on that. But I mean, it just focus on making. That's all it seems to be to me. Like it's obviously emotionally I falter at this, but like logically, this is where I try to recenter myself.
Logically, you and I both sit here and go, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. But emotionally, it's impossible to not. It's impossible to know, like, to explain to people like the community we want to have and the community we're trying to create. Like, so badly, I think you and I want this, and I think you and I both have a decent job of this. Of you do create these communities online that follow you, that like your stuff, that because they like your stuff are like-minded. So you start putting them in a group together, and you're like, oh wow, there's a certain type of people that respond to this who are so cool, and like, I love that. I love that they, respond in this way. But then you have these other people, and it's like, part of it's just being like, you're killing the vibe. Part of it is like, I put out a stand-up clip, and then I'm like, oh, this guy's just killing the vibe because he's just like being mean to everyone. You know what I mean?
In the stand-up clip or in the comments?
In the comments. Like, you're like, oh, I have a little community here that I want to keep growing, but like, I put out this clip, everyone's enjoying it, and then you're coming in and you're just like killing the vibe. And if one of those people gets in first, kills the whole comment section.
Yeah, and you can delete it. Yeah.
I know, but then
it's also part of the show. Comments. You can also think of it as just part of the show. It's a phenomenon, I don't know there's a name for this, but it fascinates me so much, is sometimes when you're a better creator, you get more scrutiny. Sally Rooney, I've never read her works, but she's a very revered author. Intermezzo is one of her more recent books. It's, it topped all the lists, and all the smart people I know have it on their bookshelf. She's just a great writer. And its rating is, I think it's like a 3.9 on Goodreads, which I thought, okay, well, it's below a 4. I try to keep it above a 4 just to not waste my time. Paris Hilton has a 4.2 for her memoir. I assure you, Paris's book is not better than Sally Rooney's. I really hope I'm getting that name right. Let me double check so I don't sound like an idiot. I was wrong in the comments. I lost an argument today. Sally Rooney.
You didn't really. Matthew's.
I lost an argument online.
Pre-interview, us recording this, Matthew was very upset about losing
I came
an
back
argument.
sassy, and I got bested, and I need to just sit in this moment. I came back with authority. I was sitting at the cellar this weekend, not the cellar, sorry, the stand, and I was talking to 2 comics, and a girl sits down. And she was a comic as well, and she was being a little quieter. And I was talking about something about DNA and biology. We were talking about some random shit that we saw on YouTube, and she corrected me once or twice, and I started to realize, oh, this person has quite a bit of authority, and seems to calmly be. I'm like, well, maybe. After far too long, I was like, so what's your background? She's like, I have a PhD in biology. I was like, all right. Okay, why was I the one talking the whole time?
Yeah. Hey, jump in. Lead with that.
Yeah, okay. No, I wouldn't. If I was her, I'm like, how entertaining for her. Of like, yeah, keep going. You're doing great. You're doing great. I got a C in biology. You're doing great. Isn't that funny that a better book gets a worse rating because she's amassed a more scrutinizing audience?
Yeah. Makes sense. It both makes sense, and I think Paris Hilton's book, I haven't read it, to be clear, because I'm illiterate. But I think that I think the thing about Paris Hilton's book I've heard is it's so surprising how well written it is, how articulate it is, and how she really explains a person who you see in a certain way and really goes like, I'm really not that person, actually. That was never really who I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's very interesting. I think it's a very interesting I don't know. It's been a book that I've wanted to read, if I knew how. And
listen to Gucci's. Man, it's good. It's just so inspiring.
I know. I've been really. I gotta listen to more stuff.
They're so easy. Those memoirs are written so digestibly. That's wonderful. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Listen, you think I won't read? I'll read.
You're probably a better reader than me too.
I read fast.
I do not. Laura listens at like a 2.2.
Jess does that too. Absolutely absurd. Insane. She'll pull off her head. She'll disconnect her headphones. It'll come to a speaker.
Yeah, you'll hear it and you're like, what the fuck are you listening to?
She's like, it's a very interesting memoir about the nature. It's like, you can't possibly be getting the information.
There's no way, dude. I like 1.5. I'm like, if I'm lucid, dude. Laura, oh my god. This. Speaking of attention, I was diagnosed with ADD very young and given Adderall and Ritalin from a very young age. Laura and I were talking about breakfast and what we ate for breakfast growing up, and she'd be like eggs and toast and like yogurt, and she asked me. I said, oh, I ate Pop-Tarts, like 2 to 4 Pop-Tarts every morning. She was like, and nothing else? I was like, no. She was like, and they diagnosed you with ADD? They gave you powdered jet fuel before 7 a.m., no protein, no fat. And they're like, okay, now sit still for 7 hours. Why is he so fidgety?
And then a doctor went,
Amphetamine.
let's give him medication. It's crazy. It's, in many ways, you look at your parents and you go, and as somebody staring down the barrel of, walls closing in on kids, kid, you look at like decisions your parents made that were great. You look at decisions your parents made that you're like, don't want to do that one. My parents fought giving me medication. Like they gave me like the vaccines. They gave me the correct things, but like ADD, all that stuff, they were like, you're going to crack this yourself. You got to figure out how to sit in a class. And as a kid, I was always like, because everybody else was getting all these things, and I was like, I mean, you see me. Clearly, if you could imagine, I wasn't the most on it kid.
I could imagine you as that. You're a very disciplined person.
I'm very, what I will say is I'm a people pleaser. And
you also
I am
nose to the grindstone. Like, you can pump out a script, which is a really hard thing to do.
I can pump out a script, but I can also, yes, I have a good work ethic, but I'm terrible at retaining information, which is what killed me in school. What killed me in school was tests. You give me a project, I'll get it done every time. I never missed a project. I never just showed up, no project. I always had at least something coming in. Very rarely missed a homework assignment, unless it was like a true, like, oh my God, it just fully slipped.
Yeah.
But like very rarely missed. Now, partially due to the gift of not really having a real friend group. The beauty of that is you do get your homework done faster.
Had no friends and still procrastinated like no one's business. So disagree.
Well, I did manage to get my homework done due to the fact that I was alone. But any tests were always so hard for me.
Yeah.
Tests. The second it would be like memorize what happened during the Civil War, I'd be like, name the 20 battles. Couldn't tell you. Couldn't do it.
I had trouble reading. Like, it was just very hard for me to like not fall asleep or to like keep my mind on the page. Maybe because I was exhausted all the time too. I was, I did, all the most tiring sports and started my homework late, and then so it wasn't this. I don't know if I lacked retention ability, but I just couldn't start the retention process. And then writing an essay was always agony for me. It was just so that blinking cursor was so discouraging.
Totally.
My parents medicated me so much. I remember the night before the SATs, I was so nervous. My mom gave me Ambien to sleep, and I woke up and popped an Adderall immediately. And the whole test, my mouth was like, it's like I swallowed chalk. For 3 hours, just cotton mouth.
The one time that you're really not allowed. Like the one test where they're like, hey, you're in a seat for 3 hours. Do not get up. And you were, that's so funny.
No, I loved it. The Adderall was great. I was like really focused, but that day I was there for it because I didn't make the best grades. So I knew I needed like a good test score. And I knew that's where I probably could, make up the difference.
We've talked about my SAT glory. My SAT glory is one of the greatest glories of all time. One day, one time, every now and then. Hey, every now and then, the thing about swinging a bat Every now and then you do make contact with the ball, and I just happened to make contact on the ball on the day I needed to.
Mm-hmm.
Crushed it. And that was so big for me. So big. I'm, it's very funny being like, both of us are very in our head. It's the paradox of being a stand-up comic, I think, is we're very in our heads, and we're very pretty neurotic people, and we're pretty like, stressed out and all these things. Like, it's not like we're like happy-go-lucky fellas. We do, but I'll tell you what. You put me in a tense situation. You put me in a hey, need it moment.
Yeah.
My body goes so calm. I'm so good. I'm so good in a crisis. In a crisis, you can't pick a better guy to be around than me.
2014, January, I had recently been fired from my job. I had moved to California with a full-time job remote and lost it before I stepped foot in my apartment. I had to make comedy work. I had booked NACA Nationals, and this was my shot at turning, this hobby into, at least for a short time, a full-time gig. I was supposed to fly out the day before for a, I think like a 10 a.m. sound check, 9 a.m., 8 a.m. sound check in Boston. On the way to the airport, Boston airport shuts down. I reroute to Hartford, much more difficult flight, land in Hartford, pick up a car, drive the distance to Boston, find a hostel overnight, wake up for an 8 a.m. sound check. The 10 a.m. host, 1,000 college students, 10 a.m. Host is a beat poet. I'm next. All the pressure in the world. And I remember it was twice in my life I've done this. I willed a good set where there shouldn't have been one.
Yep.
I said, nope, this can't go bad. I'm going to make it go good. And, one of my few jock moments. Clutch moments.
My Colbert set, I was, you've heard me talk about this, but my Colbert set, I really wanted to do this bro joke.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica Pilot was who was the booker, was like, yeah, let's do this joke, but we'll work on it the week of, which is really how that one worked, was like kind of on the week of, we kind of work on it together.
Okay.
And I was like, I really believe in this joke. And so they would set up these shows, and I would go on stage and I would bomb. It's a 6-minute, one thought joke, which you can't do in front of 15 people. It's really hard to do. And so I just would bomb. I would just bomb in front of her. But there were 6 of us. But but I would just go off stage and be like, I feel so good. That's what I kept saying every time. She'd look at me and I go, I feel so good. And she'd go, okay. And she literally by the end, she was like, really? And I was like, feel so good. She was like very much concerned about my set, which was fair because I was bombing in front of her. But I would do like, because she would do it at like Stand Up New York at like 10 o'clock. But then before that, I would do like UCB at 8 and it would murder. I was like, I know the joke works. I just can't do it in front of. But I was so scared. It was such a big deal. It happened so fast. And I was so nervous. And I remember the night before I did like a in the shower, like go through it, like picture the room, do it. And I started to cry in the shower because I saw my dad and I was like, I'm fucked. On top of this joke potentially not working, I'm going to see my dad and cry. I was so nervous. And it was such an air of like, I really think she was like, he's going to bomb. Like, Danny's just going to bomb as part of this showcase. That's just how it's going to go when he does Colbert. And we're just going to let it happen. Was truly the energy.
Like, can't all be winners.
Dude, she literally was like, because she'd seen it probably 4 times that week, and it never worked. The joke didn't work in front of her, ever. Except when she first saw it. And me being like, I swear to God it works. And so nervous. I did the thing backstage where I was like, I need water. Like, they like had him. I was like, I'm sorry, I need water really quick. I was so nervous. And then they say my name. I walk out, calmest I've ever been in my entire life.
That's awesome.
Zen-like place. Could not have taken longer. Couldn't have taken my time more. It was the most wonderful present set I've ever had. I walk backstage, burst into tears.
Aw.
Like, because I just like end all of it, because that's what happens to me in a crisis is I'm calm, I'm here, and then the second they're like crisis done, I'm like, oh my God.
Speaking of crisis, the audition I told you about, I
Yeah.
got a text message about 3 minutes ago that they can meet me virtual in 20 minutes. So I got to go. Or I should record it myself.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm fully prepared, but I should do the virtual even a little less prepared over a self-tape. What do you think?
Yes, do a virtual. What a
Okay.
funny way to end this podcast.
Yeah, sorry. Got to hop off quick. This never happens. It's one of my favorite
Hey.
shows of all time, and I can't say what it is, but if it books, my life is different forever.
Very exciting.
All right.
Very exciting. We're gonna do a quicker episode. Maybe we do a bonus one or something later. But Matthew,
We're 35,
don't
so
even
we're
tell
fine.
Matthew. Don't even tell the people where you are.
I don't need to. I don't need to tell him.
Say, guys, go to the places and comment and like and do the things you're supposed to do. Same with me. If you know anybody in Montreal, get them to the JFL screening. I need it. And with that, goodbye.
Bye.
Matthew's gonna book.